Hello! Today I'm going to show you all the ways to stop and how to do it. Starting with the easiest is the plow stop. Think of the shape of a diamond. Open up your stance wide and then bring your toes together into stop. Some exercises that you can do, this is called a rocking horse, where you start in the shape of a V to an A and just go back and forth so you can get used to using the edges that you need to initiate the plow stop. You can also do swizzles, which is when you open and close. So instead of bringing yourself to a stop, open back up. These are also called bubbles, lemon drop. The plow stop is nice because it's super easy and you don't have to pick your feet up, but it's not necessarily the best stop if you're going fast or out of control. But there is something called the stepping plow, where you open up into the diamond shape and then step side to side. Stepping plow is going to be more effective at high speed. Next is the T-stop, quick, easy, and powerful. Drag your back foot in the shape of a T, and the friction of the wheels will bring you to a stop. First, learn a strong 1-foot glide. The more pressure you put on your back foot, the more abruptly you're going to come to a stop, but it's also more difficult and you have to build the strength. So when you're learning, you want that light pressure and all the control in your front foot. The most common mistakes when learning your T-stop is having too much pressure on your back foot. And most commonly what I see is that you're too heavy in your toes, and that will cause them to spin out, fall down. Focus really hard on pressure in your heel as well as your toe. If you hold it for too long and too hard, it can ruin your wheels. So you want light pressure and short holds to maximize the lifespan of your wheels. Strong 1-foot glide and then light, even pressure with your back foot. Next up is my favorite, the spin stop. You can do the spin stop either half or full, where you do a whole 360. More advanced, you could just keep it going. One fun fact about rollerblading is that when you connect your heels, you naturally start to spin. Go nice and slow, and then bring your heels together and your body will turn. You can also combine the T-stop with the spin stop. A good idea when you're going higher speed, because the T-stop essentially will be a little bit of a speed check before spinning around. This brings us to turning to stop. The easiest turn to stop is a big, wide monster turn. To do a monster turn, go into the diamond shape I talked about earlier on the plow, and then apply pressure to your outside foot. To make a left turn, put pressure on your right foot. A sharp turn will also bring you to a stop. So your front foot is the direction that you're going, and you're putting pressure on the side of your foot that's the same direction you're going. So I'm putting pressure on the outside of my right foot, the inside of my left foot when I turn right. Check out my other video on 5 ways to turn, where I talk extensively about all the ways to turn. You can use any of those turns in that video to come to a stop as well as turn. Just think, if you're turning, you're slowing down or stopping. So that sharp turn will progress into a hockey stop. A hockey stop is essentially just a really sharp turn. And then there's the grass stop. The grass is a good place to stop when you're out of control, because it's pretty easy to just point your skates. Another reason it's a good stop for when you're out of control is because it's a softer landing if you do end up crashing. When you go into the grass, very slightly lift up your toes. If you don't lift your toes, you're risking hitting it like a bump and falling. But like I said, it's not the worst because it will be a soft landing. There's lots of different types of grass: soft, wet, hard, muddy, prickly, rocky. But generally speaking, bend your knees, scissor your feet, brace for impact. The heel brake is a very easy way to stop, and it's a great safety net if you're a beginner because it's so easy to use your heel brake. Bend your knees, scissor your feet, and lift up your toe to push down on the brake. Remember to keep your weight forward. A common mistake I see beginners make is thinking that they have to lean back to get the brake. Lean forward, because what happens when you lean back is you'll fall backwards. I know what you're thinking. Coach Polly, what about the brake on the back of my skates? So the heel brake makes your frame length longer and your skates heavier. A lot of skates don't come with it, and a lot of people don't like to use it. It can trip you up because it's on the back of your foot if you're doing crossovers or any kind of footwork. It makes skating backwards a lot harder. It can also collect leaves and sticks. Hard to come to a complete stop with it. It kind of drags. Good times to use the heel brake. It's great to drag the heel brake downhill, and a lot better than a T. It's also good if you're not interested in doing any tricks. Maybe you just want to go in a straight line, go up and down lots of hills. It's a good idea to have your heel brake on. And then there's the whole world of slides: parallel slide, soul slide, power slide, knee slide, star slide. And that's going to be for a different day. So I will see you guys in the next video.